The winning shoe creator challenge design.
And don't let the high fashion fool you. These Brooklyn Nets mean. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Mo Wagner out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Luwawu in at the 3, the small forward. And for Brooklyn, Hunter is out there with Harris. Then it's Conley. Then there's Jahlil Okafor. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. Now here is Conley. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul. Conley against Murray. And it's in there. Looking at the top 5 picks in the 2018 draft, Kenny, all of them have shown good play, tremendous promise. But if you could choose one for your team, which one would it be? I mean, the Doncic and Young and Jackson and Ayton and
if I had to go over and pick it now,
I mean, there's so many of them.
Man, I'm going straight with Doncic.
I mean, there could be only one. It's not even close.
Yeah,
Doncic is the only guy on that list that, when it's all said and done, he's got a chance to be a top 10 all-time player.
Yeah, you know what he reminds me of? A more aggressive deadlift shrimp.
Ooh, I think even more than that. To me, he's a combination. I heard Larry and Magic. He's a combination of Larry and LeBron. Because
I can see that.
Magic wasn't like the scorer that those two are. Like, those guys are scorers.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
And then great passing ability. And the other thing about him, he's a better athlete, and he's a tremendous rebounder. I mean, that guy is special.
Boy, you look at Mike Conley. He's been around a long time, folks, double-digit years. Does a little bit of everything out there, and outstanding, not only in the locker room, but also in the community, too. Just 5-star in every way.
The Celtics making a switch here. Tony Bradley's checked in for Harrell. Giles comes in for Mo Wagner. Johnson, he's checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Jones subbed in for DeJounte Murray. Here's Conley, following the bucket by the Celtics. And slam dunk by Harris.
Tell you what, fellas, like seeing Harris be engaged from there. I mean, refusing to settle for the simple layup. Nice finish.
It's good from long range. Murray's got 8 points.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Harris up top. 8 points his last outing. Yep, that one goes in there.
Boy, so smooth and fluid with the rock in his hands. It's clear Harris enjoys making these kinds of moves, and I like watching them too.
Here's Giles. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Giles has got his second bucket of the night. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Here's Harris. Off the mark from 16 feet out. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Celtics lead by 1. We recently checked in with Jamal Murray, who discussed the team's
mentality of how we play, how we move the ball, how unselfish we are, next pass mentality, next man up mentality. And just keep each other alive. We got to, like I said, bring that energy, bring that enthusiasm that we always have.
Greg sounds like something a coach would say.
It's probably something his coach has said time and time again, but Murray's really matured into a reliable, sometimes spectacular performer for this team.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Boston, we've got Bradley. Tyus Jones out there with Jamal Murray. Then it's Johnson, and it's Giles in at the 4. And what about our special guest? Kenny, thanks for taking the time to join us, dropping by. Always a pleasure. You add so much to the broadcast.
Man, thanks for having me. This is just great.
Thank you. And Clark, has there ever been a smoother transition from on-court star to broadcast mainstay than what we've seen and heard with Kenny Smith?
Very much like his game, Kenny Smith smoothly stepping from the court to the broadcast booth. And, you know, he's been fantastic in his role with the NBA as a broadcaster. And, you know, he's been part of the NBA family for decades now, and he's done it at a high level.
Boston making a switch here. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Tony Bradley. Mo Wagner comes in for Giles. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Johnson. And Murray subbed in for Jones. Now here's Milton. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Trent. It's tipped. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. The Celtics working the ball around now. Luwawu Cabarro kicks to Harrell. Murray for 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's Milton. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Milton's got his first 2 points of the night.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Tie game in Brooklyn. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarters.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. And returning from his sojourn, doing some in-game analysis. We laughed. That about wraps it up. Time.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from Jamal Murray.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Okafor out there with Tobias Harris. Then there's Hunter. Then it's Conley, and it's Trent in at the 2. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. That one falls. Harrell's got his first points of the game. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they are forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Luwawu. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Yeah, beautiful play on the interior. They're just using the height advantage to lay the ball up and in when they really needed that basket.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Bounce pass, Conley. Here's Harris, and he makes good on the layup. Harris has got 6 points.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Here's Wagner, and there are the Celtics with another basket.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Nets, Doumbouya is checked in for Harris. Kyle Kuzma comes in for DeAndre Hunter. And it's Shake Milton in for Mike Conley. The Celtics also changing it up. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Tony Bradley comes in for Mo Wagner. And it's Johnson in for Jamal Murray.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Oh, that's blocked. Johnson surveying the floor. Kicks it out to Bradley. Over Doumbouya. Bradley can't get it to go. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's the Celtics up by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the floor for Boston, Luwawu is out there with Jones. Then there's Bradley. Then it's Johnson. And it's Giles in at the 4. And there it is for him.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
There's the pass to Bradley. Over Nance. No good that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. A wide open look here for Kuzma. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Celtics leading by 3. It's Bradley on the wing, covered by Nance. Johnson up top. Here's Bradley. Here's Luwawu. Bradley trying to break free. And Luwawu gets it to go. Luwawu's got the lead up to 5 now for the Celtics. Luwawu's gone 3 for 4 from the floor tonight. There's a minute left here in the fourth quarter. Trent, it's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And challenging the bigger defender coming through in the biggest moment.
Well, this guy is always in attack mode, very aggressive. Some players might kick it out there, not him. He's going right to the bucket.
Jones, that's for 2. It drops. Timeout called the Nets. They're trailing by 5. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Jamal Murray.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Okafor is checked in for Nance. Harris comes in for Doumbouya. DeAndre Hunter, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Conley in for Shake Milton. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jason Kidd went over with his team. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game. Fellas?
Okay, David, thanks. To the wing right side. For 3, Murray. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
It's good from beyond the arc.
And there is just no fear in Mike Conley. He has not met a big shot he was afraid to take.
And he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there. and that will add to their lead.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 7. 23 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
The shot by Dawkins is no good. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Pass to Glover. Fires the three. And the Nets miss again. So it's the Celtics picking up the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Get